Hello, beautiful ones. I hope you can hear me. I'm just gonna allow you all to dream in and I'm gonna commence in a bit. There is a lot of white noise in the background because I'm in an open space and that tends to happen. It's interesting how air flows differently wherever I am. I'm back home right now in Malaysia, some of you may know, and I am in a space that is so much more echoey compared to where I am back in Edinburgh. So it's always lovely to work with the ether, to work with air in such a different way, to work with space in such a different way. And so welcome again. Hello, beautiful Rachel. Welcome, darling one. So I'm going to pop on here really quickly, and really one of the things that I felt really guided to share, and it was something that really was very inspired, inspirited, let's put it that way. And it is a question, really. It is a question I want to pose to you, and that is really in the title. If it's not seen, I'll say it here, okay? And the question itself is, how much healing do you really need? Yeah? And I want to really talk about this today because I feel that it is really, really important. And obviously, whenever spirit guides me, whenever my highest self steps in and asks me to embody that self and to share the truth of what I'm feeling, the truth of my downloads, the truth of my insights, a lot of times I need to be open to the fact that some people will not take it well. Some people will not want to hear it, and that is absolutely okay. And that is one of the things that I really want to share with you. That's the vibration that I sit in, and it is the kind of thing that I truly, truly teach my clients to master, to embody, because it is so important, especially in the times that we live in today, right here, right now, in this present moment, not in the past, not in the 10,000 years ago, not in the 100 years ago, not in the 2 years ago. We are here, we are present, and what do we make of our lives depends on the decisions we make today, in this moment, based on the knowledge, based on the awakenings, based on the wisdom that we have garnered from our intuitive gifts. Because you, my love, are absolutely a light leader. You are a vision keeper. You have the gifts. I'm speaking to you, and I know you're here because you were drawn to my work. And you probably know this, but I'm just going to put it out there. I do a lot of beautiful alchemical work with creative feminine leaders so that they can live on purpose in their own authentic power. And perhaps I should even add that it is for them to step into their leadership as well. Because a lot of you, beautiful women, beautiful souls, don't even see the power you hold within you. And that one thing that really disempowers so many creative feminine souls, intuitives, light workers, light leaders, healers, whatever you call yourself, even a poet, an artist, oh my goodness, a psychic, a medium, all this beautiful witchy stuff that we do, a mystic even. It is so important to understand that what is going to disempower you and what is going to empower you. And one of the things that I see often is the idea that you have to do a lot of healing. And healing, to me, the word itself, I want to be completely transparent. Obviously, when I first awakened to the soul that I am, I saw that, okay, I need to do some healing work so that I work on some of my mindsets to shift myself out of my victimhood mentality, to shift myself out of scarcity mentality, right? So to me, I knew I needed healing, in that sense of the word. But when I began to really step into my authentic power and begin to actually embody the truth of who I am, which is also who you are, a cosmic being. And a cosmic being is an eternal presence. You are limitless, yeah? And when you begin to think and believe that you need to heal in order to do certain things, or you need to heal before you can do anything, Or you find yourself saying things like, I should be here by now, I should be done with this by now, or I should be, getting a certificate instead of trying to go with my heart and study with a spiritual mentor, which I have heard before, in women who come on the sacred transformation call with me. Yeah, I just want you to know that you are still attached to your logical and over-functioning mind. You are still operating on a fight, flight, freeze response. You are still operating on a belief that struggle is, something beyond your control. Like, you have to struggle because the wave, the tides will sweep you aside and sweep you into the entire wave, and you can't control yourself, and you just have to go into that whole drowning struggle and fight the waves and fight the current because you think that it has to happen, that you don't have a choice in this matter. But what if I told you that you do have a choice? And I know this triggers a lot of people when I say this. So if this is not something you're ready to hear, I respect that, and I truly bless and release you because you are not in a position to hear it right now. But what if you are in the position now to hear that? What if you can hear me speaking now, telling you that all you really need right now is to start to really unattach from the logical and over-functioning mind. And yes, it will take work. It will take deep inner work to begin to bring your body back into trust so that you release yourself from the fight, flight, freeze, survivorship mode. And it really is a decision, because for me, to free myself from my victimhood mentality, from all those things that I said about my life, I am not the one in control of the decisions that are being made about my life, or that circumstance caused me to become this, or that person, that's the reason why I became like this today. All these things, the shame and blaming, it's not to say that you are a weak link just because you forgave them. You absolutely are the strongest link in here when you do the work to finally turn that light inward and ask yourself, who am I really? And what if I am the creator? What if I truly step into my power? Because I know you feel this. You feel this in your heart, that there is so much more. And yet, there is almost this sense that you have lost complete control, that your mind takes you to, I have to choose the second best, or I can't choose the best because I'm not worthy, or that I've been taught all my life by parents that said to me, money grows on trees, I can't earn this much. All of these things. We have to start to pierce through the veils. And it's not enough to do it here. We have to embody that energy, to say things like, yes, oh my goodness, like, for example, oh, I know I'm a healer, I know I'm a light leader, and yet you don't live and walk and talk like a leader. You don't live in an embodied way. So what happens is your vibration, the frequency is still vibrating at that lower frequency. And so everything in your life you keep seeing is still the same, because you only intellectually got it. You did not bring it down to anchor it in. It's the same thing with healing, my loves. And I want to put this out there because, oh my goodness, like I see people investing in courses and certificates, thinking that it's the next big thing, it's the next whatever, and it's, the one thing I see often that really was something I went through myself, but I see so clearly now, is like, oh, I need this to have scientific backup, or this is the way the business runs itself, like I have to run the business this way, or they won't understand me, so I have to speak in like a dumbed down version of what I believe in and what I teach. These are just bullshit that are running the story. They are holding you back. You are standing in your own light and you're not showing up 100%. Absolutely. I can tell you that. And in reflection of this half-arsed authentic self that is not even truly authentic, let's just put it that way, you see that reflected back in your reality. You see that in your clients. You see it in clients who don't want to pay you. You see it in family members who don't accept you as who you are. You see it in your friends that you call friends, but are they really friends? Right? And one of the things I spoke to a divine, beautiful soul, perhaps she's still watching right now, the shadow work that we know of, I prefer to call it alchemical work or alchemy. And if you don't know the word alchemy, it really is about finding the lead in the entire mess that we have, right? The chaos that we have. We want to find that, go deep into that chaos and find the lead to transmute that into gold. That is how we find the gold. It's a real process. It's a real process that is almost like a journey. It's a vision quest, yeah? And having an unstoppable vision is amazing, guys. I don't want to, put it down in any way, because it really is so important that you have a vision. But you have to understand that alchemy needs to be allowed to happen all the time. It's not something that you just do because you had like a special healing done for you. When you learn to do alchemy, it's going to stick with you your entire life, because that is the ancient wisdom that all of you carry in you. It is about facing the dark goddess within you. All of us goddesses, it's not about even, let's just go a little bit out there, guys. I'm just gonna go there. Even talking about the divine feminine, yeah, something that I was thinking about often. I like to call the divine feminine the goddess, because obviously in my culture, we always call them goddesses, and it's so often that we want to worship the goddesses who are love and light, and there's nothing wrong with that, guys. I want to put it this way. However, for us to embody our truth, our authentic power fully, and to live on purpose, and what that really means is to be in a way that fully serves you, and you can serve from an overflow. So what happens when you ignore the dark goddess? What happens when you only ever just say, oh, I just want to worship all the love and light and the goddess and the whatever, and the bad stuff about me, I need to keep healing that, it's a bit embarrassing. I just don't want to talk about it really, and the truth is I'm an intuitive, I'm super gifted, I'm a psychic, or I'm a healer, but I'm not sure how that would land, in the real world. Then that is a subconscious belief that is running the show for you, my love. And there is a high chance that you haven't faced up to your dark goddess. Your dark goddess is so much more than a shadow. And beautiful women, I want you to understand that there is also the danger of having that ego stepping in. Your spiritual ego is a real thing. When it steps in and tells you that you're not good enough, that others are not good enough, or they are not going to pay you what you want, these are horrible things that will pull you back. They just hold you back. And so the work in alchemy is about truly going into that space and starting to understand why these things come up for you, without any judgment for yourself, holding yourself in full compassion, and start to really alchemize it. And the work that I do with my clients in the Siren Goddess, I'm just going to put it here, is fucking amazing, because we don't work with the mind. We don't work, let's just put it clearly, we don't work with trying to get the mind to understand, trying to get the mind to reprogram, right? But what we do is we use the same mind, the over-functioning mind, to start to sense and feel in the body. So it has something to do, because the over-functioning mind will always rebel, it will always threaten, it will always fear, until it has something concrete to hold on to. And so it's kind of like a little magic that we do when we start to train the mind to come in here. And so it gets busy in here, it gets busy in the body. And that is when you activate your super consciousness. That is the heightened state of consciousness. So once you bridge the subconscious and the conscious mind, that is when you are finally in flow again. Your soul is talking to you, you're talking to your soul. It's like you are one again. Until that happens, you, my love, will be always chasing, seeking, searching for a solution that's outside of you. And these are just going to be short-term fixes. That is why I'm loving what I do, because I live and breathe it. We come into ceremony every day not because it's something we just do like, on rote, like a routine. We do this because we come in and we enliven the ceremony, and it brings us back to a place where it enlivens our day. It infuses our day with that extraordinary feeling you had in the ceremony. It infuses everything that's ordinary with magic. It really does, because you brought yourself here. It's really truly, at the end of the day, there's only one of you. So if you're attracted to my work, if you're in my vortex, the one thing I want you to feel into is like, why are you attracted to this work? Why are you here? There's something in me that you see in yourself. And my hope for you is that you do reach out if you need the support. I always say this, I do not do hardcore sales, and I don't hard sell you or whatever. Because the work I'm teaching is truly to take you for life. It's not about the certificate or, once you finish this, then this. I'm gonna put it out there. Many of my clients, there's a whole wide range of them. There are some of them who became artists who started selling their products when previously they were afraid of selling it. There are those who are absolute witches, and they were previously afraid of showing up as a witch, and now they're out there putting the program together. There are also artists who are full-on successful artists, right? And yet they feel like their entire personal life is in scatters because they don't want to see the truth of what's happening. It's the wounds that they're afraid of. But once you start to learn alchemy, right? Once you learn how to come into your sense of self, the felt sensations instead of ego identities, you're fit to fly. And no matter what comes up for you, the shadow work that we talked about, right? You know exactly what to do, because you're always guided, because you already know how to listen in, not listen out. Even for me, when I work with my clients, I never say, oh, you had this life like this before, and so now you have to be this and you have to be that. No, I always ask, like, what is it that your soul says to you? And we work from there, because I am not you. Okay? So forget the strategies, forget all those crazy, I don't know, I just want to call it like short-term fixes, who tell you that you need to heal. For me, all the women who come to work with me, all of you beautiful beings here, by the way, I always say this from day one when I started to do this work here. You do not need to be fixed. You do not need to be healed, because you are already healed. You are whole and complete as you are. every single thing that you find as a difficulty or a challenge in your life was something that you signed up. You signed up for that. You signed up to have that, so that that will help you to unveil more of your truth as a cosmic being. And I always say that the Tao is a very compassionate teacher. The Tao always comes back. She always comes back to teach you the same lesson over and over again until you get it. So in this lifetime, we chose to come here, my loves, as light leaders. It is so crucial for all of us to finally see through the veils, that it isn't about the vehicles, right? The vehicles are like the big house, the money, the 10K, the 20K, the 30K. It's not about that. It's about alchemy. Can we finally see and embrace ourselves as who we really are? Because when you do, trust me, the healing, the abundance, the freedom, the creative juices, the flows, they will just happen as a byproduct of your authentic self. And you are seated and rooted in that vortex of stillness. That is the peace that you see in the sages and the monks, unattached from outcomes. But I just want to put it out there. Of course, if you want to move to a temple, if you want to move into a cave and go to the mountains, do it. But let's be real, we have work to do here. If you want to help this humanity to ascend, get out of your victimhood soup. Get out of your scarcity mentality. These are all just mind-made constrictions that are keeping you so small. There is such a big, whole wide world out there. I didn't believe it myself until I saw that myself, until I felt it in my entire being. And that was when my world completely changed. My life completely changed. And it's allowed me every single day to serve in a bigger and bigger way, because I'm not standing in my own light anymore. I'm allowing it in. And yes, sometimes it feels fucking scary, but there is no other choice, because I made a sacred vow that I will show up as my authentic self every single day. And some people won't like to hear what I'm saying, but there is no other choice. I only have one of this moment. How do I want to live it? I want to live it fully and authentically. So my love, if you take one thing away today, remember you are whole and complete. You just have to remember your way back home. To allow yourself to step out of your own light. To do the alchemy work so that you know it's not scary to go deep in, that these emotions are just here to really unveil your magnificence, to unveil more and more of your magnificence. It's truly a lotus in bloom, my love. So don't try to stunt the growth of who you are. You're meant to be magnificent and huge and big and so limitless, because you are the universe. You are the highest self. Your power is so needed right now, my love. Oh, Karen, you're here. Thank you, my love. I just had this transmission come through. I can't even remember what I said, my loves. But I really hope that you took something away from here. And if you are ready and called to do this work, to come into sacred ceremony, to come into your own medicine and share that prolifically and authentically, to live on purpose, I invite you to apply for a Sacred Transformation Call. As I said, I'm very happy to offer a £2,000 scholarship right now to anyone who books until the 22nd of August. Yeah? Because really, I am ascending, I am up-leveling, as so are you. But you get to choose how you want to ascend and how you want to up-level, right? So make that choice for yourself, okay? Mwah. So much love to all of you. I can't even speak anymore now that I'm back in my body. I'm getting into ceremony myself. And I send you so much ceremonial love and blessings, and I will be raising a bowl to all of you. Okay, my loves. See you very soon.